Within each of us resides a pilgrim yearning for a new horizon, a grander version of the self. But the road to that promised land is not always paved with easy steps. Instead, it crosses the Valley of Softness, a place of stillness, convenience, but stifling in its own confinement. If you want to witness the brilliant dawn upon the peak of your potential, you must stop pampering the pilgrim within you. Greatness doesn't come to those who constantly seek the easy way out when the burden of their journey feels heavy. Skipping the difficult ascents in the name of taking it easy is where the maps of dreams get buried in dust. Discipline, seemingly the most uncomfortable item of luggage, is the only compass that points the way through stagnation. The pilgrim is forced to choose their pain, the pain of the journey of growth or the pain of regret when forever lingering in the valley. No guide is sent to carry your pack for you. No one will step onto the thorny paths on your behalf. Either the pilgrim tightens the belt of discipline now or forever suffers the stifling air of the old land. You want to reach the land of victory, then you must make the journey yourself to earn it. And the starting point of every journey is absolute accountability. The first steps will teach the pilgrim how to silence the sweet excuses, how to forge the mind against subtle weakness, and how to build that kind of unwavering self-discipline that doesn't flinch even when the storms of life descend. Let the pilgrim cease being complacent, but bravely head towards inner strength. The names we admire, the achievements we secretly envy. It wasn't that these pilgrims were born with special luggage or guided by benevolent gods. They entered this life as ordinary travelers, their initial baggage merely dreams and desires. Their victories, their extraordinary accomplishments were not gifts placed on silver platters waiting. Rather, those achievements were forged through the harsh fires of trials. Every outstanding pilgrim possessed one unmistakable piece of luggage, a profound and unshakable mental strength that refused surrender, rejecting defeat at every turn on the path. Consider, my friend, the legendary pilgrim named Thomas Edison, who illuminated our world. Mr. Edison was not blessed by fate or circumstance with an easy path. His journey in the early days was littered with setbacks. His old teachers once called him slow-witted, incapable of grasping simple learning. The ghost of failure closely shadowed him. He is famous for thousands of failed experiments before inventing the incandescent light bulb. Yet the spirit of the pilgrim within him was extraordinary, unyielding. He understood clearly that true defeat occurs not in falling, but in stopping the journey. Each unsuccessful experiment wasn't a step backward. It was a step forward. A precious lesson on the road, drawing him nearer to his destination. Reflect deeply on this profound truth. Every battle in life, every barrier on the pilgrim's journey must first be conquered within your own mind. The great pilgrims of history and in every field understood this well. Before victory manifests outwardly, it must be shaped from within, firmly rooted in the fertile ground of your thoughts, your hesitations, your doubts, your yearning for ease. These elements form the soft soil within you. That soft soil, if left uncleared, becomes your greatest enemy. It will quietly, subtly sabotage all the pilgrim's efforts, whispering comfort into your ears, tempting you towards ease precisely when challenge awaits. Understand this clearly. Every moment the pilgrim chooses ease instead of challenge. Every instance, you prioritize comfort over effort. You are willingly relinquishing a portion of the extraordinary potential hidden deep inside. Greatness sleeps within you, latent and awaiting activation. But that greatness, my pilgrim friend, demands a price. It demands the courage to step forth, the persistence to keep moving, and a strength of mind capable of enduring life's relentless pressure. The barriers confronting you today, whether they are financial struggles, personal setbacks, emotional heartaches, or apparent failures, are merely temporary trials placed on the path to test and refine you. Do not let these trials break the spirit of the pilgrim within you. They are only barriers in the outward reality. The true enemy, the real adversary on your road to success, is hidden inside, concealed within the softness, within the reluctance to face hardship and discomfort. Remember that a strong spirit can conquer all. Every illustrious pilgrim you admire had their own areas of softness. To conquer their own fears and hesitations to overcome greatness is not achieved by magic nor by coincidence. It is painstakingly built brick by brick from the disciplined management of your thoughts and the pilgrim's relentless pursuit of purpose. It is not wealth, status, or luck that decides who triumphs and who falters. Instead, the critical factor lies in the resilience of the spirit and the unwavering belief that the pilgrim's destiny can and must be fulfilled. Your future, your success, your legacy hinge solely upon this internal strength. Awaken the inner power of the pilgrim within you. Ignite the fire of determination, and eradicate any softness in your soul. Now is your moment. You have admired heroes. Now it is your turn to emulate them. Choose today to step forth. Shake off hesitation. Relinquish your desire for ease and bravely face the challenges ahead. Do not shy away from hardship, instead run towards it, knowing that every conquered challenge will sharpen the pilgrim's mind, temper your will, and inevitably propel you towards greatness. The path awaits your courage. Mental strength is your most precious luggage. Grasp it, nurture it, and it shall lead the pilgrim triumphantly towards the destined land of greatness. The second thing the pilgrim's luggage needs: define purpose clearly. The pilgrim's success begins with clarity of the destination. This truth, consistently demonstrated by the greatest minds in history, is the foundation of every extraordinary achievement. Ask yourself sincerely and with courageous honesty, where does the pilgrim within you see yourself in 3 years? This is not merely a fleeting question, but a fundamental step towards realizing your deepest ambition. Henry Ford did not stumble upon success by accident, nor drift aimlessly with the currents of life. His monumental achievements arose from a clear, unwavering vision, one defined by purpose and sustained by persistent effort. Mr. Edison and countless other visionary pilgrims who shaped the very fabric of history understood the profound power of setting crystal-clear objectives. They recognized that definitive goals are the cornerstones upon which all success is built. Indeed, vague ambitions invariably yield vague results. If the pilgrim's objectives remain undefined, you risk wandering endlessly in circles, constantly busy yet rarely productive. The tragedy of countless pilgrims lies in their perpetual motion, without genuine progress, moving continuously, yet never arriving anywhere meaningful. The antidote to this common ailment is clarity. Clarity transforms dreams into actionable steps for the pilgrim. It distinguishes between wild imaginings and achievable realities. The greatest secret to success, as demonstrated by history's highest-achieving pilgrims, is laser-like focus. Define exactly what you want and do so with the utmost precision. Commit yourself wholeheartedly and uncompromisingly to your clearly defined purpose. Refuse distractions and remain resolute in your pursuit. Your goals, when articulated with precision and clarity, act like powerful magnets, relentlessly pulling the pilgrim towards their fulfillment. This clarity does not come passively. It demands deliberate action. Write down your desires explicitly and revisit them daily. Let your objectives become a guiding star, illuminating the path ahead for the pilgrim. Reaffirm your intentions frequently to fortify your resolve and maintain momentum. Pilgrims who clearly define their purpose and revisit it daily establish an unbreakable bond with their aspirations. Furthermore, as soon as you precisely and passionately define your objectives, you set in motion forces beyond your immediate awareness. The universe conspires favorably on behalf of those with unwavering focus. Invisible energies align, opportunities emerge, and resources materialize to support the pilgrim's journey. Clarity of purpose is the mechanism through which intangible dreams manifest into tangible reality for the pilgrim. When the pilgrim's vision is precise, reality shifts to accommodate it. Clarity is not just beneficial, it is powerful. It empowers you to direct energies efficiently, act decisively, and live purposefully. Without clarity, the pilgrim's life is lived at the mercy of circumstance. With clarity, you become the master architect of destiny, consciously shaping life according to your vision. Today, refuse to accept vagueness or ambiguity in defining the pilgrim's purpose in life. Harness the transformative power of clarity. Determine explicitly and boldly what you wish to achieve. Unflinchingly commit to your goals and let them guide every step the pilgrim takes. Remember that clarity of purpose is not a luxury reserved for the few. It is an essential discipline available to anyone determined to achieve true success. Choose clarity now and allow it to propel the pilgrim forward relentlessly towards the fulfillment of your highest aspirations. The third element for the pilgrim's journey: develop unyielding resilience. The road towards greatness is rarely smooth. It is a path marked by trials, setbacks, and countless challenges that test the strength of the pilgrim's will. Every celebrated success, without exception, has endured moments of failure, waves of doubt, and storms of criticism. But true greatness is not forged in comfort. It is born in adversity, shaped and sharpened by the pilgrim's resilience. Resilience is not the absence of failure. It is the determined spirit that rises each time it falls stronger, wiser, and more focused than before. It is the mental and emotional toughness that refuses to surrender even when the odds seem insurmountable for the pilgrim. Pilgrims who possess this quality understand a sacred truth. Setbacks are not signs to quit, but signals to grow. Thomas Edison. This pilgrim. He failed thousands of times before perfecting the light bulb. To the average observer, his repeated failures might have seemed like madness, but to him, each failure was a step forward. His unyielding resilience not only brought light to the world, but illuminated the power of perseverance on the pilgrim's path. Mr. Edison's legacy stands as a shining example that the path to innovation is paved with persistence. So when the pilgrim finds yourself facing failure, do not view it as a dead end. Instead, see it as a stepping stone, a vital lesson embedded in hardship. Life will test the pilgrim. It will push you to your limits and demand that you rise beyond them. But these trials are not there to break the pilgrim. They are there to build you. Each challenge you overcome adds another layer to your strength. Pilgrims who are soft in spirit give up easily. They blame circumstances, other people, or fate for their lack of progress. But you must be different. The pilgrim who is destined for greatness must forge an unshakable core. Your resilience must become your armor. Resilient to criticism, unaffected by failure, and relentless in purpose. Resilience means standing firm when others walk away. It means continuing to believe in the pilgrim's vision, even when others cannot see it. It means holding your ground when everything around seems to be falling apart. And more importantly, it means finding power in pain and purpose in pressure. Train the pilgrim within you to rise after every fall, not merely to return to where you were, but to ascend higher than before. Learn from each setback. Let the lessons of hardship refine the pilgrim. Let failure become your teacher and doubt your motivator. Let every no inspire the pilgrim's next attempt. Resilience is not an inherited trait. It is a cultivated mindset for the pilgrim. It grows each time you choose courage over fear, determination over despair, and action over excuses. The pilgrim's strength is born in struggle, and through this struggle, you discover your true power. As you build this resilience, you will begin to see changes not just in circumstances, but within the pilgrim's own self. You will walk with greater conviction. You will speak with deeper confidence. You will think with sharper clarity. Your energy will shift and others will feel it. This unyielding resilience becomes the pilgrim's invisible armor. It protects you when life strikes hardest. It shields your dreams when doubt creeps in. It carries the pilgrim when will is tested. And when the pilgrim embraces this mindset fully, you will discover that no dream is beyond reach. So rise. Rise again and again. With each fall, rise higher. With each failure, grow stronger. With each setback, become wiser. Let resilience be the fire that fuels the pilgrim's journey. Embrace it, live it, and watch as your greatest dreams manifest before your eyes. The fourth mastery for the pilgrim master: self-belief. Belief is the engine of the pilgrim's success. It is the inner force that transforms dreams into reality, that turns struggle into strength and obstacles into stepping stones for the pilgrim. Those who rise above mediocrity and carve their names into the pages of history are not simply those with talent or luck. They are those with an unshakable belief in themselves, a conviction so deep that it withstands the harshest trial on the pilgrim's journey. Consider Abraham Lincoln, a man born in poverty, defeated repeatedly in business and politics, and plagued by personal tragedy. Many would have surrendered to despair. But Mr. Lincoln never ceased to believe in his purpose and potential. That belief sustained him through failures and lifted him to become one of the most revered leaders in history. His journey reminds the pilgrim that belief in oneself is not optional. It is essential. The pilgrim's self-belief defines your limits. When you doubt yourself, you build invisible walls that block progress. Each hesitation, each self-critical thought chips away at the pilgrim's potential. But when you embrace the power of belief, you unlock reservoirs of energy, courage, and creativity. You begin to act with conviction, speak with confidence, and live with purpose on the pilgrim's journey. Don't let self-doubt dictate your path. It is a thief that steals dreams and weakens the pilgrim's spirit. Instead, embrace a profound belief in your own worth, your unique abilities, and your boundless potential. The pilgrim is capable of far more than you imagine, but only if you believe it first. Speak to the pilgrim within yourself with kindness and strength. The words you whisper to your soul shape your reality. Replace the language of limitation with affirmations of power. Say to yourself, I am capable, I am strong, I am destined for greatness. Repeat these truths daily and let them sink deep into the pilgrim's subconscious. Because your subconscious listens, it believes what you feed it. Nourish it with faith and watch the pilgrim's actions follow. Every great achiever in history, from inventors and leaders to artists and athletes, began as a pilgrim with belief. They believed when no one else did. They trusted their vision even when the world laughed or doubted. That inner certainty was their compass, guiding them through storms, sustaining them through failure, and elevating them to success on the pilgrim's path. The pilgrim's goals are waiting on the other side of belief. Doubt keeps you stuck. Belief sets the pilgrim free. When your confidence aligns with your ambition, you become unstoppable. Your energy shifts, your mindset sharpens, and momentum builds. The world begins to respond differently because the pilgrim carries yourself differently. But belief is not a one-time choice. It is a daily discipline for the pilgrim. You must cultivate it constantly. Reaffirm your worth every morning. Reflect on progress every evening. Surround the pilgrim with voices that uplift and reject those that diminish. Feed your mind with stories of triumph, with lessons from those who walked through fire and came out stronger. Let their resilience ignite your own. Belief is not arrogance, it is not blind hope. It is the calm, quiet certainty that the pilgrim is meant for more, and that you have what it takes to rise. It is the refusal to surrender even when the pilgrim stumbles. It is the voice inside that says, try again. When the world says, give up. Now is the time for the pilgrim to stop being soft with yourself. Stop negotiating with doubt. Stop entertaining thoughts of failure. Trust your capabilities. Lean into the pilgrim's strength and above all, believe deeply, fully, fiercely. Because belief is the spark. It is the beginning of all greatness, and with it, there is nothing the pilgrim cannot achieve. The fifth essential for the pilgrim's movement. Take bold action immediately. Action distinguishes the pilgrims who dream from the pilgrims who do. It is the thin, sharp line between imagination and reality. Many stand in silence, lost in grand visions of success, fulfillment, and greatness. But only a few rise, step forward, and breathe life into those dreams. It is not intelligence or resources that separate them. It is movement. It is the will to act. Softness, however, is the enemy of action. It whispers doubts into the mind, encourages comfort and fears risk. It delays movement through a fear of failure or criticism. This softness hides beneath noble intentions and false prudence. It says, wait for the right time, or think it through a bit more. But in truth, It is fear wearing the mask of wisdom. It is the hesitation that kills the pilgrim's potential before it's ever tested. History remembers the bold pilgrims, not because they were always right, but because they dared to move. The successful figures of decades past understood the cost of hesitation. They acted even when the odds were unclear. Even when the path was uncertain, they moved forward. They did not wait for certainty. They created it through the Pilgrim's movement. Procrastination is a silent killer. It doesn't make noise. It doesn't attack the pilgrim openly. Instead, it slowly eats away time, energy, and spirit. You tell yourself you'll begin tomorrow, then another tomorrow, and suddenly the dream that once burned bright has turned to ash. What the pilgrim could have been remains a ghost. Understand this. Fortune favors the bold. Life rewards those who move with courage. Opportunities are fleeting. They don't wait for the pilgrim to feel ready. The bold seize them not because they are fearless, but because they act despite the fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it through action. Avoid hesitation. When the pilgrim feels the fire of inspiration, act immediately. Don't overthink. Don't ask for endless validation. That moment of passion is your gateway. It is your inner voice calling the pilgrim to step up. Honor it with movement. Every bold action brings clarity to the pilgrim. Even when you fail, you learn. Even when you stumble, you move forward. Action builds momentum, like a stone rolling downhill. The more the pilgrim moves, the easier it becomes to keep moving. One decision leads to the next. One step reveals the next step. Clarity, confidence, and direction are all byproducts of action, not its prerequisites. Wait for the perfect plan and the pilgrim will wait forever. Remember, passivity creates nothing. Dreams without action remain fantasies. Only through decisive motion can the pilgrim shape vision into reality. Every time you choose to act, the pilgrim widens the path toward the goal. You signal to life that you are ready, that you are serious, that you are not just dreaming, you are doing. So decide firmly, act boldly, embrace the risk because greatness never comes without it. Let courage be the pilgrim's foundation and urgency be your fuel. The riches of life, love, success, fulfillment. They are not given. They are earned by the pilgrims who dare to act. Don't let softness, fear, or hesitation rob the pilgrim of the life you are capable of living. Don't give your dreams to delay. Begin now. Move now. There is no perfect moment. There is only this one. Start today. Act now and never look back. The sixth thing for the pilgrim to cultivate passion relentlessly. Passion is the fire that fuels the pilgrim's greatness. It is the invisible force that turns the average into exceptional, the mundane into magnificent. When we look at the pilgrims who shaped history, visionaries, industrial titans, revolutionary artists, they all had one thing in common, an unshakable burning passion for what they did. They weren't driven by convenience or fleeting motivation. They were obsessed. They lived and breathed their craft, their vision, their purpose. Passion transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement for the pilgrim. When your heart is fully engaged, what once seemed difficult becomes thrilling. Obstacles shrink. Long hours feel short. You push harder, persist longer, and perform better. Not because the pilgrim has to, but because you want to. You're not just working, you're creating. The pilgrim is living fully aligned with the inner calling. On the other hand, a lack of passion breeds softness. It reveals itself in procrastination, in excuses, in settling for less. Without passion, the pilgrim moves slowly. You feel uninspired. Energy fades quickly, and mediocrity becomes the norm. Success remains elusive. Not because the pilgrim lacks talent, but because your heart isn't in the game. To rise above this softness, the pilgrim must find their passion and then commit to it with everything you have. This is not a passive discovery. The pilgrim must search, experiment, reflect, and test. But when you find that thing that sets your soul on fire, hold on to it with a grip of steel. Give it the pilgrim's time, energy, attention, life. Refuse to settle for anything less. Demand passion from the pilgrim within you. Mediocrity is a choice for the pilgrim, a quiet surrender to a life without spark. Reject it. Infuse enthusiasm into everything the pilgrim pursues, no matter how small or routine. Passion isn't only found in grand ventures, it can be cultivated in daily actions, how the pilgrim shows up, how you speak, how you create, how you serve. The passionate pilgrim doesn't watch the clock. They don't wait for the weekend or retirement. They are consumed by purpose. Time bends for them. Limits disappear. They work not just for money, but for meaning. Their passion gives their work depth and their life direction. This is the secret life rewards the passionate pilgrim. It opens doors for those who move with intensity and conviction. When the pilgrim operates with deep enthusiasm, people notice. Opportunities gravitate towards you. Energy multiplies. Passion is contagious. It inspires, attracts, and elevates everything it touches. So don't wait. Don't let another day pass in dull routine or quiet dissatisfaction. The pilgrim wasn't made for lukewarm living. You were made to burn bright, to feel deeply, to give your absolute best to something that matters. Let passion drive the pilgrim. Let it be your fuel when you're tired, your compass when you're lost, your strength when you're weak. Whatever the pilgrim's dream, whether it's building a business, creating art, helping others, or becoming the highest self, let passion be the engine that powers you forward. Fall in love with the pilgrim's vision. Wake up each day with purpose. Chase it with obsession. Be relentless. Be on fire. Infuse passion into your daily tasks, and watch how quickly life begins to change for the pilgrim. When the pilgrim shows up with full intensity, you command the attention of the world. The universe responds to those who move with heart. Let passion carry the pilgrim to places talent alone never could. Let it make you unstoppable. Begin now. Burn brightly. Live passionately. The 7th point on the pilgrim's map. Never stop learning and growing. Softness is difficult for the pilgrim because it's quiet, invisible, and seductive. It doesn't confront you loudly. It whispers. It makes excuses sound wise and comfort feel deserved. It tells the pilgrim you've done enough or you already know this. But beneath that softness lies a dangerous truth: stagnation. And stagnation is the beginning of decline. The moment the pilgrim stops learning, you stop growing, and the moment the pilgrim stops growing, potential begins to rot. You may still be moving through the motions of daily life, but inside you're standing still. Growth isn't automatic. It's a conscious, relentless pursuit for the pilgrim. The world moves fast, and if you aren't learning, you are falling behind. Knowledge has always been the backbone of lasting success for the pilgrim. The great achievers of every generation, leaders, inventors, artists, entrepreneurs, were obsessive learners. They fed their minds constantly. They read, listened, asked questions, and surrounded themselves with ideas greater than their own. They didn't rest on past wins or current status. They knew that to remain great, the pilgrim had to keep evolving. The pilgrim's softness may come from the comfort of familiarity. You know a few things and they've gotten you this far, but those same things won't take the pilgrim any further. What got you here won't get you there. Comfort isn't a reward. It's a trap. And the longer the pilgrim sits in it, the harder it becomes to break free. Challenge this complacency. Reject the lie that you've arrived. You haven't. None of us have. There's always another level, another layer, another mountain for the pilgrim to climb. The pursuit of mastery never ends for the pilgrim. And that's a gift. That's what keeps life exciting, meaningful, and rich with potential. Commit to continuous self-improvement every single day. Learn something new. No matter how small. Read a page, watch a lecture, ask a question. Observe the world around the pilgrim with curiosity. Every moment contains a lesson, but only for the one willing to see it. Seek out mentors. Those who challenge you, who make the pilgrim uncomfortable in the best way. Surround the pilgrim with people who think differently, who stretch your mind, who hold you to a higher standard. Read books that shake your worldview. Take on experiences that humble the pilgrim. Growth begins where the pilgrim's comfort zone ends. The pilgrim's success is directly linked to personal growth. The more you expand your knowledge, your skill set, and your emotional intelligence, the greater the pilgrim's capacity to achieve dreams. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution for the pilgrim. And execution requires evolution. Learning is not a task. It's a way of life for the pilgrim. Embrace it. Let it become your default mode. Let every conversation, every challenge, every setback teach the pilgrim something. Be hungry for wisdom. Be relentless in curiosity. When the pilgrim treats every day as a classroom, life becomes your teacher, and over time the small lessons compound into breakthroughs. You gain clarity. The pilgrim moves faster. You solve bigger problems. You grow into the person who can handle the life you dream up. Lifelong learning isn't optional if the pilgrim wants to rise. It is the essential fuel for success. Pilgrims who stop learning plateau. Pilgrims who keep learning soar. So the pilgrim wake up every day with the mindset of a student. Choose growth over comfort. Choose curiosity over certainty. Let your hunger for knowledge make the pilgrim unstoppable. Don't let softness rob the pilgrim of potential. Don't settle for what you know. Expand, stretch, evolve, learn, every day without fail. And watch how quickly the pilgrim's world transforms. The eighth key for the pilgrim: adapt swiftly to change. Life is unpredictable, and the pilgrims who thrive are those who swiftly adapt. The path to success is never straight. It twists, turns, and throws unexpected challenges in the pilgrim's way. Those who win are not the ones who force their plans through rigid resistance, but the ones who bend, pivot, and evolve in real time. Adaptability is not just a trait. It is a survival skill in the modern world for the pilgrim. Look at the most successful pilgrims throughout history. They did not resist change. They embraced it. They understood that the world never stays still, and neither can they. They used disruption as a stepping stone. When others froze in fear, they moved. When others clung to outdated strategies, they innovated. They didn't fight the current. They learned to ride it. Softness, on the other hand, is rigid. It masks itself as comfort, familiarity, or even loyalty to past success. But in truth, it is fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of failure. Fear of letting go. It resists the necessary shifts life demands of the pilgrim. It says, "This is how I've always done it," and clings to routines that no longer serve a purpose. But the pilgrim's strength is flexible. It doesn't shatter under pressure. It bends. True strength lies not in holding ground at all costs, but in knowing when to shift direction without losing the pilgrim's purpose. Just like a tree that bends with the storm but remains rooted, the adaptable pilgrim remains grounded in goals but fluid in approach. The world rewards the adaptable pilgrim. It honors those who can read the changing tides and adjust their sails without panic. In business, in relationships, in personal development, the pilgrims who grow are those who change. Stagnation is the enemy. If the pilgrim is not adapting, you are decaying. Don't fear change. Welcome it. View it as the greatest teacher. Every shift in circumstance holds within it a chance for the pilgrim to grow, to stretch beyond who you were yesterday. Change pushes the pilgrim out of autopilot and into awareness. It forces you to make better decisions, sharpen your instincts, and stay awake to life's ever-shifting landscape. The pilgrim's dreams will require you to change again and again. They will demand adjustments, detours, reinventions, and only the pilgrims willing to pivot swiftly will succeed. If you wait too long to change, opportunity may pass. If you resist, the pilgrim will be left behind. Develop the agility to change course without losing sight of your ultimate purpose. Let the pilgrim's vision be your anchor, but allow methods to evolve. What matters isn't how you get there, but that you get there. Flexibility in strategy. Consistency in purpose. That's the formula. Adaptability opens doors for the pilgrim. It creates opportunities where others see dead ends. It allows you to turn setbacks into setups, failures into fuel. The more adaptable the pilgrim is, the more resilient you become. You are no longer shaken by the unexpected. You are empowered by it. Pilgrims who embrace change live longer. not just biologically, but professionally, emotionally, and spiritually. They remain relevant, energized, and in motion. While others fade, they evolve. While others mourn the past, they create the future. So the pilgrim make a choice. Let go of rigidity. Drop the false safety of predictability. Step into the unknown with open eyes and a ready mind. Change isn't the pilgrim's enemy. It is your ally, your catalyst, your bridge to becoming. Embrace change today. Train the pilgrim within you to see it not as a threat, but as an invitation to grow, to lead, to rise. Let it shape you, strengthen you, and propel you forward. The world belongs to the adaptable pilgrims. Make sure you are one of them. The ninth and perhaps highest peak on the pilgrim's journey. Surround yourself with greatness. The pilgrim's success seldom happens in isolation. Behind every remarkable achievement stands a network of influence, inspiration, and accountability. The great pilgrims of history, leaders, innovators, thinkers, never walked alone. They surrounded themselves with pilgrims who demanded their best, pilgrims who ignited their ambition, and pilgrims who kept them honest. They built tribes of excellence, and the pilgrim must do the same. Softness is difficult for the pilgrim because it often hides in the people you trust. It thrives in subtle encouragements to settle, to slow down, to stay the same. It lives in phrases like, "Take it easy," "Don't push too hard," or "The pilgrim has done enough." These sentiments feel kind, but they are poison to the pilgrim's progress. They reinforce mediocrity under the disguise of care, and the danger is they come from the pilgrims closest to you. The pilgrim's softness may not originate from within. It may be a reflection of the environment around you. When you're constantly surrounded by voices that validate comfort, excuse weakness, and rationalize stagnation, the pilgrim's inner fire dims. You begin to lower your standards to match those around, and over time, you become less of who you could be. That's why the pilgrims' associations matter more than you think. They shape your mindset, habits, pace, and ambition. Choose the wrong ones and they will smother the pilgrim's potential. Choose the right ones and they will awaken it. Create your own mastermind group of pilgrims, people who push you, pilgrims who inspire you, pilgrims who hold you to a higher standard. These are the individuals who won't let the pilgrim stay soft. They won't let you settle. They'll call the pilgrim out when you're making excuses, and they'll challenge you to grow when you feel like quitting. Avoid the pilgrims who encourage your softness. This doesn't mean cutting everyone off. It means being fiercely intentional about who the pilgrim gives time, energy, and trust to. The pilgrim's future depends on it. Not everyone deserves access to the pilgrim's ambition. Some pilgrims are fine where they are. That's their choice. But the pilgrim is not like them. Choose friends, mentors, and partners who challenge the pilgrim to rise higher. Look for pilgrims who've walked the path, who have scars, wisdom, and the discipline the pilgrim aspires to. Surround yourself with builders, not spectators, doers, not dreamers, winners, not whiners. The right associations amplify the pilgrim's potential. They hold a mirror to your greatness when you forget. They sharpen the pilgrim's thinking. They accelerate growth. With the right circle of pilgrims, learning multiplies, accountability increases, and pace quickens. Form alliances with pilgrims who share your vision, determination, hunger. When the pilgrim's energy aligns with others moving in the same direction, something powerful happens. Goals. Stop being private struggles and become shared missions. Pilgrims rise together. You were never meant to do this alone. Every empire is built on alliances. Every breakthrough is supported by unseen hands. Every legacy is shaped by a network of pilgrims. The pilgrim needs people who remind you who you are, who you can be, and why you started the journey. Softness cannot survive in a culture of greatness among pilgrims. It gets exposed. It gets called out. And in that confrontation, the pilgrim grows. So pilgrim, build your environment deliberately. Curate it, like your life depends on it, because it does. The pilgrim's surroundings will either fuel ambition or feed complacency. Make the choice. Don't leave it to chance. Cultivate an environment of greatness. Be the kind of pilgrim others rise around and never forget. Your circle is your standard. Raise it, and the pilgrim raises your entire life. Ultimately, the pilgrim's success depends entirely on you. Take complete responsibility for actions, choices, and circumstances. Reject excuses, blame, and victimhood. Acknowledge that the pilgrim has the power to change life starting today. Stop waiting for permission or perfect conditions. Bravely accept responsibility. Fully embrace the pilgrim's power and never look back. The pilgrim's journey to greatness begins with this courageous first step.